knocks himself out. Again he is in the land, but there 40 years have passed. The High Lord is now Elena, Covenant's daughter by Lena. She harbors no ill will, however, and a warm relationship grows between them. But the lords are desperate. Fowl has found the ill-earth stone, source of great evil power. Now he is preparing to attack. The army of the lords, commanded by Hyle Troy, who seems to be from Covenant's real earth, appears too small to meet the challenge. A force of bloodguard and lords are sent to Kurkree, city of the giants, to gain allies for the war. But there they find that Fowl has killed the giants, all but 3 whose bodies have been taken over by ravers, the evil spirits of Fowl's ancient lieutenants. The bloodguard and lords are attacked by one giant raver, but manage to kill him, at least in bodily form. The bloodguard unfortunately take the piece of the ill-earth stone the raver carried, intending to return it to the lords. Some of the other lords travel to Revelwood, a city in a vast tree where the lore is taught. From there Hyle Troy takes his army south, accompanied by Lord Mhoram. In a desperate attempt, he meets the army of Lord Fowl, commanded by another giant raver. Troy is forced to flee. Finally he retreats to Garrotting Deep, where the last of the ancient sentient trees are guarded by Coroil Wildwood, a powerful forestall. Wildwood saves the last of Troy's army and destroys the enemy. He hangs the raver, forcing the evil spirit to suffer and leave the giant body. Meanwhile, Elena has taken Covenant and their bloodguard toward the mysterious Melanchurian Skyweir, a great mountain near Garrotting Deep. They are led by Amuk, a strange servant of Kevin's lore, who can guide them to the ancient mysteries. They find a way into the heart of the mountain, where Amuk ages and vanishes. Elena, against the pleas of Covenant, drinks from the water Amuk has shown her. In doing so, she gains the power of command. Arrogantly, she summons the spirit of Lord Kevin and commands that he destroy Fowl. But Fowl overcomes Kevin's shade easily, and Kevin then turns against Elena and the Staff of Law, eventually killing her. Covenant and Banner escape down a river that flows out of the mountain. Covenant is sick with self-loathing and grief, blaming himself for Elena's death. They meet Troy and Lord Mhoram near Garrotting Deep. Coroil Wildwood sends Mhoram home, but he turns Hyle Troy into a tree to become an apprentice forestall. And Covenant again fades from the land. He recovers consciousness in his home. His leprosy is again in his body, his forehead is wounded from his fall, and his wife has long since hung up. And now he must face the knowledge that his impotence has left the land open to destruction, without most of the army, and without the power of the Staff of Law. This is a brief summary of Lord Fowl's Bane and the Ill-Earth War, the first 2 chronicles of Thomas Covenant the Unbeliever. Be true, unbeliever. Chapter 1. The Danger in Dreams. Thomas Covenant was talking in his sleep. At times he knew what he was doing. The broken pieces of his voice penetrated his stupor dimly, like flickers of innocence. But he could not rouse himself. The weight of his exhaustion was too great. He babbled like millions of people before him, whole or ill, true or false. But in his case there was no one to hear. He would not have been more alone if he had been the last dreamer left alive. When the shrill demand of the phone cut through him, he woke up wailing. For a moment after he threw himself upright in bed, he could not distinguish between the phone and his own flat terror. Both echoed like torment through the fog in his head. Then the phone rang again. It pulled him sweating out of bed, compelled him to shamble like a derelict into the living room, forced him to pick up the receiver. His numb, disease